Welcome, dear viewers, to Phantom Fables, where tales of the unknown come alive. Tonight, we dive into a story so chilling, so mysterious, that it will make you question the very air around you. This is the story of the lurking fog. In a world where the mundane often masks the macabre, the fog isn't always just a natural phenomenon. Sometimes it hides secrets, and sometimes it takes. Prepare yourselves for a journey into the eerie unknown. Our story begins in the small, forgotten town of Greystone Hollow, nestled deep in the mountains, surrounded by dense forests and eerie silence. The town, long abandoned, is a skeleton of its former self. Weather-beaten houses lean against each other, their windows like empty, hollow eyes. A decaying mansion, steep in the lore of long ago, dwarfs this hollow. The locals call it Blackmore Manor. Alex, a young determined fellow, comes to Greystone Hollow. What brings him here? To find an answer to the mysterious fog that appears every 10 years to consume everything in town. He isn't alone. Joined with him on this journey is Mia, best buddy and confidant, and always lugging along her camera. They are joined by Professor James, a historian with a penchant for the paranormal, Sarah, a brave local who knows the town's dark history, and Mark, a skeptical journalist determined to debunk the supernatural claims. As they gather around the town's decrepit inn, the first whispers of the fog curl through the streets, promising a night they will never forget. The group decides to explore Blackmore Manor, the supposed heart of the fog's mystery. As they venture into the mansion, the air grows heavier, and a chilling cold seeps into their bones. The sound of distant whispers echoes through the halls, though no one else is there. Mark waves it off as wind. The others are not so certain. Mia gets an image of a shadow on her camera, the tall, distorted figure just beyond the fogged glass. Sarah presses a finger into some old carvings on the walls, cryptic symbols etched deep into the wood. They pulse softly, seeming to live. Then comes the first frightening event. Professor James is reaching for an old, dusty book, and it slams shut by itself. The air is heavy with stillness, the whispers loud. A guttural growl, deep from the shadows, makes them all rush to the door. Regrouping at the inn, the team goes through Mia's footage. They freeze at the sight of the shadowy figure in the background, a towering skeletal form with glowing eyes, barely visible through the fog. Professor James reveals a chilling theory. Blackmore Manor was once home to a secret cult known as the Veiled Ones. The fog, he explains, isn't just weather. It's a living entity, summoned to act as a gateway between worlds. The next day, Alex and the others decide to investigate the mansion further. They find a room in the basement full of ritualistic artifacts, including blackened candles, animal bones, and a journal with details of a failed summoning ritual. There is a final entry in the journal that mentions a sentinel of the mist that consumes souls to feed its very existence. The fog, now denser and more malevolent, begins seeping into the room. Piece by piece, the group uncovers the tragic history of Greystone Hollow. Decades ago, the cult attempted to summon a being that promised eternal life. But something went horribly wrong. Instead of granting immortality, the fog was unleashed, consuming the town and leaving behind only fear and whispers. Sarah, who has spent her entire life under the shadow of the fog, says that her grandmother spoke of survivors, those who said they heard the voices of their loved ones calling them from within the mist. Night falls, and the fog deepens, and the group finds themselves trapped inside Blackmore Manor. The walls groan as if under immense pressure. A deep, guttural voice echoes through the halls, calling each character by name. They realize that the fog isn't just outside, it's inside, creeping closer. The group splits up in a desperate attempt to find a way out. Mia and Mark find themselves cornered by the sentinel, a monstrous being with shifting, fog-like limbs. It stretches out for them, but Sarah comes into view, brandishing an artifact from the ritual room that is hundreds of years old. It shines brightly and keeps the creature at bay for a moment. Alex and Professor James find a secret room with an enormous, round mirror. The mirror reflects nothing but images of the fog's victims, the faces contorted in eternal terror. Professor James hypothesizes that shattering the mirror may cut the fog loose from the world of mortals. When the sentinel is nearly upon him, Alex smashes the mirror with a heavy slam. The fog lets out a deafening shriek as it recoils violently before dissipating completely. As sunrise creeps over Greystone Hollow, the mist has disappeared. The team walks out of Blackmore Manor, shocked but alive. They promise each other never to talk about what they saw. Years have passed since, and Alex, in a video interview, discusses his experience. His words, enigmatic yet eerie, leave one with an unsettling question lingering in the mind. What if the fog wasn't destroyed, but merely waiting? And so, the story of the lurking fog comes to an end, leaving whispers of fear and curiosity for those who dare to seek the unknown. Thanks for joining us on this chilling journey through the lurking fog. Remember, some mysteries are best left unsolved. If you liked this story, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Phantom Fables for more scary stories that will haunt your dreams. Until next time, stay safe and beware the fog.